Come with me to the rolling sea while the weather's calm and still, and we'll have some fun and laughter with the adventures of Portland Bill.
This is my lighthouse on the Guillemot Rock. Ross and I were in the engine room servicing the generator. It takes a lot of looking after because it powers the light. This bit goes there. Suddenly, there was a knock on the door.
We're not expecting visitors, are we?
Asked Ross. I wonder who it is. It was Finisterre, the crofter.
Is Cromarty in?
He asked.
I've come for a jam session.
Jam session? That had me puzzled. We're not making jam at the moment, I said.
Oh, no,
Laughed Finisterre.
I'm talking about musical jamming. You know, cha-cha-cha, cha-cha-cha-cha-cha.
Just then, Cromarty came downstairs, dressed like a crab at a carnival. What's the matter, Ross? You won't laugh when I'm a pop star. Hi there, Finisterre. I've been practicing my licks. Come upstairs and get in the groove, man. Licking? Jam? I asked. What are they on about? And Ross explained.
Cromarty has been taking guitar lessons by correspondence course. They're having a practice for next week's party. Let's go up and listen.
A 1, a 2, a 3, a 4. I woke up this morning, got the lighthouse blues. I woke up this morning, got the lighthouse blues. Yeah. I looked down in the corner, and Dogger had them too. Yeah, baby.
But lighthouses don't have corners.
Teased Ross. Ah, pa, stop being silly, snorted Cromarty. I'm expressing the blues. What do you think of it so far, Bill? I thought I didn't know what to think. What is it? Ah, it's rock and roll, man. After a few days' practice, we'll have it just right. Ready, steady, a go. Well, I decided the best thing to do was to leave them at it. Let's go upstairs, Ross. We've got work to do. Ross tried to study the charts, and I tried to concentrate on the log, but the noise got louder and louder.
It's no good. We can't put up with this din for a week.
And Dogger seemed to agree. By the end of the morning, I decided that enough were enough. Ross, what sort of a noise annoys a noisy assistant?
Huh?
A noisy noise. In other words, if you can't beat them, join them.
We've been listening to you, and we'd like to join in,
said Ross. Yes. May we get in your jam jar? I added. Hey, man, if you want to get your act together, we're cool. Join in, man, replied Cromarty. Right-o, I smiled, and I nipped off to get my instrument.
I didn't know Bill played the guitar, said Finisterre.
Oh, no, he doesn't,
replied Ross.
but I play the drums. Let's start.
A 1, a 2, a 3. I woke up this morning, got the lighthouse blues. Woke up this morning, got the lighthouse blues. Well, of course, when I joined in on my bagpipes, Cromarty had to admit that the group sounded terrible, and he finally stopped playing. Finisterre didn't like my playing either.
I think Cromarty had better practice at my place next time.
Oh, I laughed. I was just beginning to enjoy myself. Well, we'd ask you to join us, but we know you're needed here.
But we could help you top the charts,
teased Ross. Charts, Cromarty? I got plenty of those for you to work on upstairs, I said. Come on, Dogger. I'll take you for a walk.
I'm rowing to the mainland. It's a lovely sunny day, and as I row, I like to sing. It helps me on my way. I'll do a spot of fishing to see what I can catch. A message in a bottle or a tasty silverfish. Row my boat, sing my song. I'm rowing to the mainland, I'll get there before long.
Who writes the most letters?
I don't know.
Fishermen. They're always dropping lines.
Row my boat, sing my song. I'm rowing to the mainland, I'll get there before long.
Hey, how about another story?
It seemed a nice, quiet day on the Guillemot Rock, and Ross should have been washing the steps. Suddenly, he heard a boat chugging towards the lighthouse. It was Inspector Ronaldsway. Good morning, Ross. I've come to make my inspection. Why are you fishing instead of attending to your duties?
Oh, morning, sir.
Said Ross.
We weren't expecting you today. Bill's picking up the supplies in McGuillycuddy.
I know. It's you and Cromarty I've come to see.
Oh, I'll just go and warn. Tell Cromarty the air,
said Ross, and he rushed into the lighthouse.
Hey, Cromarty! Inspector Ronaldsway's here. On a surprise visit,
cried Ross.
Leave this to me,
said Cromarty.
Oh, good morning, sir.
He said, shaking hands with the inspector.
Oh, sorry, sir. A little engine grease. Perhaps a little rub will get it off. Oh, sorry.
Now, that wasn't the best way to start an inspection. But when they went up to the service room, things got worse. Tut, 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 said the inspector. This room's very untidy. Well, I suppose I'd better see your daily reports. Well, that was a problem, because they hadn't written their daily reports. Come on, said the inspector. Let's open the window and get down to work. Now, as luck would have it, at that moment, a sudden gust of wind blew everything all over the place.
Oh, no. Now we'll never find the daily reports,
bluffed Ross. Said the inspector. I shall have to report this. Right then. Let's see if you can manage some basic drilling. Get in line. Dave, turn. Salute. Wrong hand, Cromarty. About face. Oh, all right, all right. I shall have to put in a special report about you two. Well, I'd best get back to the mainland.
I wouldn't go now if I were you,
gasped Cromarty.
There's a gale blowing up.
I've got more to worry me now than a gale, grumbled the inspector as he opened the door. And a great gust of wind blew his hat into the sea. He nearly followed it, but Cromarty grabbed him just in time. Oh, my goodness, cried the inspector. You saved my life. That wind nearly blew me into the sea.
Never mind, sir. You're safe now, and I'll go and rescue your hat.
So Ross picked up his fishing tackle and stepped out into the storm. Well, after that, Cromarty decided they could all do with a nice cup of tea. It wasn't long before Ross returned with Inspector Ronaldsway's hat. Oh, well done, said the inspector. Your fishing line certainly does come in handy. I suppose that's why you were practicing when I arrived.
Have another jam tart, sir,
said Cromarty. Well, I don't mind if I do. These tarts are lovely.
We made them ourselves,
said Ross.
Shall I wrap some up for you to take home?
Oh, I'd like that very much. And that's how a sudden gale and the jam tart saved the day. Inspector Ronaldsway was very impressed. Very impressed indeed. I know, because I turned up just as he was leaving. Ah, Bill, said the inspector. I've been making my inspection, and I'm happy to say that Ross and Cromarty have passed with flying colours. They have? I said. Oh, good, good. Well, must be off now, Bill, said the inspector. Oh, bye-bye, I said. Yes, Bill, your men showed great bravery and resourcefulness. And they make jolly good jam tarts. But, Inspector, what about their drilling and paperwork? Well, nobody's perfect, eh?
Oh, come with me to the rolling sea while the weather's calm and still, and we'll have some fun and laughter with the adventures of Portland Bill. Come with me to the rolling sea while the weather's calm and still, and we'll have some fun and laughter with the adventures of Portland Bill.
It was a lovely sunny seaside day, and Dogger and I were in McGuillycuddy for a walk. But first, I had to pop into Eddie Stone's shop. Ahoy there, I called. All hands on deck. oh, hello, Bill. Come for some extra supplies, chuckled Eddie. What will it be? A gallon of oil, a crate of lemonade, or maybe a large box of brass polish? Oh, no, not today, thanks, I replied. I just need a ball of string. Eddie was amazed. You've come all the way from the lighthouse just for a ball of string? That's right, I said. String's very useful. Why? There's a knot for everything. Hitches and sheep bends, sheep shanks and bowlines. And what's more, string often helps me remember things. However can string help you remember things? Asked Eddie. But before I could explain, Grandma Tyree rushed in all of a tiz. Oh dear, she gasped. My washing line's broken and I've got a big basket full of wet clothes to dry. Don't you worry, Grandma, I said. I'll use my ball of string to join it up with a sheep bend knot. Come on, Eddie, give us a hand. Well, I soon had the washing line fixed. Thanks to my ball of string, I said to Eddie. Yes, but how does it help you remember things? But I was already on my way. Tell you later, I shouted. Dogger and I hadn't gone very far when suddenly two sheep burst through the gate in front of us. Why, it's Flotsam and Jetsam from Finisterre's croft, I said. What are you two doing here? Well, just then, young Gale from the village ran up to me. What's the matter, Gale? I said. Do you want Dogger to catch those sheep for you? Oh, no. It's Boomer the bull. He's broken loose and he's in the lane. Those silly sheep just followed him. Oh, look out! He's coming back. Don't worry, I'll get him. Whoa, Boomer, I shouted. And I led him quietly to a nearby post and tied him to it with a running hitch using some more of my string. At that moment, Finisterre arrived, puffing and panting.
Thank goodness you found them, he said. I've been looking for them everywhere. Thank you, Bill. You are clever.
Well, I laughed. A good lighthouse keeper has a knot for everything. And then Dogger and I went on our way. On the way back to my boat, we bumped into Fastnet, the fisherman. He was not his usual cheery self. Shouldn't you be off fishing? I asked. You'll miss the tide if you're not careful. Can't be helped, Bill. I got an hole in my net the size of a whale. I'll just have to miss the tide. Oh, we can't have that, I said. I got some good, strong string here. We'll mend your nets in no time. But first, I need a bit to tie round my little finger. Hello, Eddie. Back again, Bill, he said. What would you like this time? Oh, dear, I says. What with runaway bulls, broken washing lines, and fishing nets, I've forgotten what I came for. Oh, yes. I tied this string round my little finger to remind me. So that's how string can help you remember things, laughed Eddie. Well, Bill, what did you want to remember? To buy another large ball of string, I smiled. I've used the other one up tying knots for everything. Edward Stone's Emporium? What's that? Time for a song? Oh, good.
A box of nails for Finisterre, a bolt of tartan too, some chicken wire, a pair of pliers. Now which one would he choose? There's letters and there's parcels, lots of groceries. Today's the day that Eddie Stone makes his deliveries. 2 jars of homemade honey, 3 pounds of China tea, some tent pegs and some tennis balls, a slice of cheddar cheese. There's letters and there's parcels, lots of groceries. Today's the day that Eddie Stone makes his deliveries.
What kind of house doesn't weigh very much?
I don't know. What kind of house doesn't weigh very much?
A lighthouse.
Edward Stone's Emporium? What's that? Time for a story? Oh, good.
Now, Cromarty reckons he's pretty good with machinery. He'd just finished mending the generator and had come up to the living room for a tea break.
Hey!
Yelled Ross.
Don't sit down in those oily clothes. I've just spent hours trying to clean this room.
Oh, no. Not another argument. I couldn't stand it. Now, I said, if you two are going to start bickering, I'm going to take my tea upstairs. But I warn you, when I get back, I want all the chores to be done and everything spick and span. Well, you heard him, said Cromarty. Everything spick and span. Don't let me get in your way, Ross. You carry on, and I'll just have one of these jam tarts.
Oi!
Cried Ross.
You're dropping the crumbs all over my clean carpet.
Whoops. Sorry, Ross, said Cromarty. You know, what you need is something that will clean up this mess in seconds. And I'm just the person to build it for you. I could have been a great inventor. Well, after a great deal of hullabaloo, Cromarty unveiled his invention. He was very proud. There you are, he said. The world's first wind-powered vacuum cleaner. All you have to do is to put this end out the window, and when the wind blows, it will turn the windmill, which will turn this cog, which will make the vacuum cleaner work. It's not bad, eh? Well, Ross and I weren't too sure about it, but Cromarty was convinced. Oh, it's sure to catch on, he cried. Everyone will want one. I'll have to make hundreds of them. I'll be rich. Well, just then, the wind started to blow. Look, it's working, yelled Cromarty. Hey, oh, it's Bonnie, look, it's Bonnie. Hey, wonderful, beautiful.
Oh, great, Cromarty. Look at it. Whoa, it's fine. It's worth your treat, that smash, isn't it? Wow.
But suddenly, there was a great gust of wind. Everything worked at top speed, and the vacuum cleaner went mad. Oh, gracious me.
Hey, crikey. Trying to stop it.
Oh, God. Oh, gracious me.
Cromarty, quick, switch it off. Hey,
Cromarty, turn it off. It'll suck everything up. Pull the plug out, for goodness sake. Hasn't he got one? I don't know. Gee. I knew I could control it somehow.
Oh, thank goodness.
Oh, I thought my vacuum cleaner was going to suck up everything. Your hat's gone, Bill. I know that, Cromarty, I said. But there's another problem you're going to have with your invention. What's that? Well, what happens when the wind blows the other way? We certainly didn't have long to wait before we found out. Just then, the wind changed direction.
Look out! Everything's coming back.
And sure enough, Cromarty's invention was blowing all the crumbs and dust back onto Ross's clean carpet.
Oh, no! Not again! My carpet! Cromarty!
Blow me down, Cromarty. Gracious.
Stop it! Please,
Well, they both looked very fed up. Never mind, lads, I said. Come on, let's get this mess cleaned up. And cheer up. At least I got me hat back.
Oh, come with me to the rolling sea while the weather's calm and still. And we'll have some fun and laughter with the adventures of Portland Bill. Come with me to the rolling sea while the weather's calm and still. And we'll have some fun and laughter with the adventures of Portland Bill.
You know, sometimes life just ain't fair. It was the day of the big match, and we'd all rushed to finish our morning duties in the lighthouse on the Guillemot Rock, and had just settled back to watch the television when...
Oh, no!
cried Ross.
The picture's gone all funny. We won't be able to watch the football.
Here, try banging it with the TV Times, said Cromarty helpfully. Catch! Well, I knew that wouldn't do the trick, so I told him. It's the weather. The television's picking up atmospheric interference. It would take an expert to fix it. Just then, Eddie Stone arrived with some supplies from his shop in McGuillycuddy.
Ahoy there, lads! Give me a hand, will you?
Soon Eddie came puffing up the stairs.
Oh, what a climb. I brought your shopping and some oatcakes from Grandma Tyree, and I've got the mail somewhere. Oh, yes, here we are. Oh, and there's a parcel for Cromarty.
Oh, I've been waiting ages for this to arrive.
Oh, hurry up, Ross. Give it here.
Come on in, Eddie, I said. We'll have a cuppa. No chance of watching the match. We can't get a picture on the set.
Oh, dear, replied Eddie. Atmospheric interference, I suppose.
That's right, I says.
Yes, there's been a lot of it around lately.
Well, let's have that cup of tea. It'll cheer us up, I said. Will you get the mugs, Cromarty? But I was talking to myself, but Cromarty was already on his way upstairs. He went straight to the gallery to unwrap his parcel.
Hello, Cromarty. Wow, what's that?
This, answered Cromarty proudly, is my weather forecasting kit. This tells you the wind speed.
Hey, you've got a kite. Can I try it out?
Aye, but be careful. It's very sophisticated equipment. Now then, there should be a weather balloon to go with my kite. Ah, yes, here it is. I think pull this. Oh! Yelled Ross. But too late. Cromarty had fallen onto the television aerial. Blistering barnacles, he cried. No, I'll be in trouble. And he started to try and bend the aerial straight again. And at this point, Eddie and I let out a great cheer. Hooray! Hurry!
Hey, did you hear that, Cromarty?
Asked Ross. Hey, what's happened?
I don't know. Let's go down and find out.
When the two lads reached the living room, they were surprised to find the television working perfectly. And we all sat back to watch the match.
Go on, lads! Go on, lads! Go on, lads!
Pass it forward! Well done, I said. Thanks for fixing the aerial.
Oh, yes,
Bluffed Cromarty.
I was just setting up my weather forecasting kit in the gallery. While I was at it, I thought I'd readjust the television aerial.
Oh, how clever, gasped Eddie. You must be an expert. I suppose your new kit helped you diagnose the atmospheric conditions so you could set the aerial at the right angle.
Yes. You could say that,
Agreed Cromarty.
What's happening at the lighthouse?
They're singing a song.
When the wind blows in off the salty sea, come dance a jig to a sea shanty. It feels so right, it feels so good to be a lighthouse keeper. Yo ho ho, see the big ships go across the rolling sea. Sunshine or wind or rain or fog, write it down in the daily log with a cup of tea. It's warm and snug to be a lighthouse keeper. Yo ho ho, see the big ships go across the rolling sea.
Cromarty, did you hear the joke about the seagull on top of the lighthouse?
Oh, no.
Never mind. It was above your head anyway.
Yo ho ho, see the big ships go across the rolling sea. And way up here where the lamp burns bright, on top of the world by day or night with a telescope, you feel just right when you're a lighthouse keeper.
I can't wait to tell you my next story. It was a lovely, sunny seaside day, so I decided to take Dogger to the mainland for a walk. But as soon as we got to McGuillycuddy, he ran off.
Hey, Dogger, come back here.
I yelled.
We're going for a walk. We're not going to the shop today.
But I was wrong. Morning, Bill, greeted Eddie Stone, the shopkeeper. I don't know, I chuckled. That dog of mine, every time we come to the village, he races to your shop. He knows where I buy the dog food, all right. You've spoiled that dog, all the chuck he drops you by him. But I don't think he takes any notice of you. Well, I wasn't having that. I've taught Dogger loads of tricks. Here, I says, watch this. Dogger, go to sleep. Roll over. Well, all right then. Sit. I told you, Bill, laughed Eddie. He's only interested in my sausages. Well, in that case, I said, we'd better get off before he gets his teeth into them. Come on, Dogger. Let's find a stick to chase. We'd just reached the leafy lane, and we were having a good game of fetch when...
Hi! Who threw that stick? Come on, own up.
Oh, Finisterre, I said. I am sorry. I didn't see you in that hole.
It's all right, Bill. Didn't hurt.
What's up?
The tap's not working again, Bill,
Replied Finisterre.
I think the pipe needs replacing.
I think you're right, I said as the pipe suddenly sprang a leak. Whoops!
there's another leak, and another.
Oh, help! I've run out of fingers to stick in the holes. If this pipe bursts, the whole village will be without water.
So I jumped in and covered as many holes as possible. But then I ran out of fingers.
Oh, now what do we do?
Asked Finisterre.
We're stuck.
But I had an idea. Dogger, go and fetch help, I said. Go and get Eddie. Oh, hello, Dogger.
No, get
Down, boy, said Eddie. I'm busy right now. Sorry, Mrs. Lundy. You wanted 2 pounds of sausages, didn't you? Now, as Dogger saw it, there was only one way of getting Eddie's undivided attention. Dogger, get down. Stop it. Hey, come back with those sausages. Come back, come back. The chase was on. Eddie jumped onto his bicycle and raced after Dogger. You haven't paid for them. Come back this instant. By the time Eddie caught up, Dogger had reached the leafy lane where Finisterre and I were still holding on to the water pipe. Bill, puffed Eddie, putting on his policeman's hat. I had to arrest Dogger for stealing sausages. What are you doing to that pipe? He asked, quickly putting on his waterboard inspector's hat. Thank goodness you've arrived, I said. This pipe's burst, and if we let go, the lane will flood and the village will be without water. Oh, hang on a minute, said Eddie, and off he went to get his tools. When we'd finished mending the pipe, Eddie remembered his sausages. You know, I said, you can't blame Dogger for taking them. Oh? I sent him to fetch you, so he had to make you follow him.
Yes, but why is he eating them now, Bill?
Giggled Finisterre. I couldn't think of a good answer to that. Then Eddie spoke up. Don't worry about the sausages, Bill. He's such a clever dog. He deserves them. And I think he'd even get a bag of dog biscuits from the waterboard. Clever boy, Dogger.
Oh, come with me to the rolling sea while the weather's calm and still, and we'll have some fun and laughter with the adventures of Portland Bill. Oh, come with me to the rolling sea while the weather's calm and still, and we'll have some fun and laughter with the adventures of Portland Bill.
One sunny seaside day, I was in my boat, the Puffin, checking the lobster ponds. But I didn't have any luck. I think the lobsters were playing hide and seek. Well, it was a lovely day. And by now, I was feeling a bit peckish. When I opened my picnic box, I found a note wrapped round my sandwiches. By King Neptune's beard, I'd forgotten to tell Ross and Cromarty about the signal I'd received from head office. It must have slipped my mind in my hurry to get away. But I had an idea. I could send a message by semaphore to Cromarty, who was on watch in the lighthouse. Well, first of all, I had to attract his attention. Back in the lighthouse, Cromarty was cleaning the windows when suddenly he spotted me way in the distance. Oh, what's up with Bill? And he rushed to get his telescope. Oh, now where's it gone? Got it. Now where's Bill gone? Ah, there he is. Oh, he wants to send a message. Where's my code book? Hold on a minute, Bill, he shouted. When Cromarty was ready, I began to send my message. But he was not very good at semaphore. I spelt out head, caper, organising, official visit.
end of June. But Cromarty read it as, the head keeper is organizing a fishing trip this afternoon. Ah, got it. With that done, I carried on checking the lobster pot. Said Cromarty, feeling pleased with himself. A message from head office. I'd better tell Ross. Hello? Village shop, please. Ross was in McGuillycuddy collecting some supplies from Eddie Stone's shop when the phone rang. Edward Stone's Emporium. Edward speaking. Who?
Hello, Eddie. It's the lighthouse here. I'm trying to get hold of Ross.
Hold on. It's Cromarty for you, Ross.
Is he there?
It sounds important.
Ahoy there, Ross. Can you hear me?
Hello, is that you, Cromarty? It's a dreadful line.
Aye, I feel fine too.
Said Cromarty. But listen, I got a message for you from Bill. There was a great deal of crackling and buzzing on the line, and Cromarty was so excited he couldn't seem to make Ross understand.
Head keeper, fishing trip this afternoon.
Cousin Peter, fish and chips this afternoon. Okay, I've got it, Cromarty.
Repeated Ross, and he put the phone down.
What was all that about?
Asked Eddie.
Oh, it's Cromarty's cousin Peter from the mainland. He's coming this afternoon, and I think we're having fish and chips for tea. I'll buy some of your special oatcakes for afters.
Well, you're in luck. I've only got 4 left.
When I arrived home, I got a shock. The table was piled high with a feast, and Ross and Cromarty were looking pleased with themselves. Hello, Bill. We got your message, said Cromarty. But neither the head keeper nor Cousin Peter have arrived yet. By Neptune's beard, I said. You've got my message all wrong. But I didn't bother to explain. I just sat down to tea. You two will have to polish up your semaphore, I told him. Aye, after we polish up our tea, laughed Cromarty. Cheeky monkey. There's always something happening on the Guillemot Rock.
We're polishing and cleaning everything we can, till all the brass is gleaming and the rooms are spick and span. Scrub, dust, polish and rub with cleaning cloth and water tub. Splish, splosh, mopping the floor with puddles and bubbles all over the floor.
Which fish gets the most applause? Oh, I don't know. Which fish does get the most applause? A starfish.
Da dum ba doo 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 dum. Da dum ba da dum dum de dum de dum. Scrub, dust, polish and rub with cleaning cloth and water tub. Splish, splosh, mopping the floor with puddles and bubbles all over the floor. We've polished and we've cleaned up everything we can. Now all the brass is gleaming and the rooms are spick and span. Oh, the rooms are spick and span.
Tell us another story, Bill.
One sunny seaside day, Cromarty and I were on the mainland to pick up the provisions from Eddie Stone's shop. Morning, Eddie.
Hello, Bill.
We've come for our week's supplies.
Oh, well, what'll it be this time?
Well, I'll have a bag of toffees, please.
Toffees? Do you want the special nutty ones?
Asked Eddie. But Cromarty's attention was on something else.
Cromarty, do you want the nutty ones?
Repeated Eddie. Tell me, how does this vacuum cleaner work? Asked Cromarty. Well, I had to laugh. That's not a vacuum cleaner, I said. It's a metal detector. It makes a noise so you can find things that are made of metal when they're buried. Oh, aye, said Cromarty. Things like treasure? Like St. Bozo's treasure that was lost in this very village 200 years ago. I'll take it. I'll take it. And he handed Eddie 6 months' pocket money, grabbed the detector and rushed out of the shop. I'll be rich. I'll be rich. I'll be able to buy toffees by the tinful. When I find the treasure, I'll be so rich. I'll be able to buy my own lighthouse. Babbled Cromarty as he passed Mrs. Lundy's garden. Oh, hello, Mrs. Lundy. I'm searching for lost treasure with my new metal detector. Would you mind if I tried it out in your garden?
Oh, do.
Laughed Mrs. Lundy.
That will be fun.
So, Cromarty started searching the garden, when suddenly, it's buzzing. Here it is, St. Bonzo's treasure. I found the treasure,
Oh, no, you haven't.
said Mrs. Lundy, as Cromarty handed her the air grip she'd lost that morning.
My goodness, you've also found that knitting needle I lost last year. Oh, and the button from my gardening coat. Oh, thank you, Cromarty, thank you.
And to show how grateful she was, she gave him one of her prize cabbages as a reward. Oh, thank you, said Cromarty. Well, I must be off. I have to find the treasure before the bank's closed. Cromarty had only walked a short distance down the leafy lane when he saw Finisterre, the crofter. You're not looking for lost treasure, are you, Finisterre?
No, Cromarty. Something much more valuable. Water. This old tap has never worked properly, and now it's stopped completely. I think the problem is underground, but I can't find the water pipe.
Well, of course, Cromarty had just what was needed, his metal detector, and he soon put it to use searching for the pipe. Let's dig here, exclaimed Cromarty suddenly.
Well done, Cromarty. You found the pipe. No wonder the tap wouldn't work. It's leaking. But I can soon fix that.
Finisterre was so grateful for Cromarty's help that he gave him a basket of eggs and fruit. When Cromarty arrived back at the quayside, he found me waiting for him. Did you find the buried treasure, I asked? Oh, no. But I found some treasure to add to the week's supplies, said Cromarty proudly, as he handed me the eggs, fruit, and Mrs. Lundy's prize cabbage.
Oh, come with me to the rolling sea while the weather's calm and still, and we'll have some fun and laughter with the adventures of Portland Bill.